Hello, welcome to Wealth Wisdom Reads, one powerful money idea for your financial freedom. We begin on a typical evening. Imagine yourself sitting at your dining table, bills scattered around you like battlefield debris. There is a small voice in your head saying, "I work all day, I try hard, but why is my money situation still such a mess?" Your phone buzzes with another EMI reminder. Your salary came and almost disappeared in a week. You start to feel anger, confusion, helplessness. That's the emotional point where this book begins. Dave Ramsey, the author, wasn't always a money guru. He was once completely broke, drowning in debt. But then he changed everything with a strong, tough plan and became a symbol of financial freedom across America. His book, The Total Money Makeover, sold millions of copies, became #1 bestseller on New York Times, because it hit people not just in the head, but in the heart. People felt, this book understands my pain. Dave is not like some fancy businessman or investment banker. He speaks like a normal, tough, honest friend who slaps you with truth. That's why people follow him like crazy. This book doesn't teach you fancy investing with high-level math. It's a raw and powerful journey from being broke to being financially independent. Many people across America paid off their debts, built savings, and changed their entire family legacy because of this book. And you are now about to hear that full emotional journey in pure storytelling style. Dave begins by telling us that money problems are not just about numbers. They are about behavior. People know what to do, but they don't do it because they are trapped in patterns of spending. He says your money problem is not your salary, it's your habits. He tells you to stop blaming the government, the economy, your job, your family. He says, look in the mirror. If you want to change your money situation, you need a total makeover. Not a small fix, not a small tweak. A full transformation. This book is not for lazy people who want a magic formula. This book is for warriors who are ready to work hard and change real life. He tells you the story of a couple who had credit card debt, car loan, student loan, even borrowed money from family. They were fighting every day, stressed out, losing respect in their own house. After applying the steps in this book, they became debt-free, saved 6 months emergency fund, invested, and now live peacefully. That kind of real human story appears again and again in this book. Dave keeps showing proof that change is possible. Now let us go into the main part, the baby steps. These steps are not magic. They are blunt, simple, and difficult. But they work. It starts with baby step 1, save $1,000 as a starter emergency fund. This is not for investment. It is just a safety net. Because if the car breaks down or someone gets sick, you shouldn't swipe a credit card again. Dave knows that people think $1,000 is too little or too big, but he says, shut up and do it. Sell stuff. Work extra. Do whatever it takes. The goal is to break the cycle of panic when emergencies come. Baby step 2, pay off all debt except your house using the debt snowball method. This is the most emotional and powerful part of the book. He says, list all your debts from smallest to largest. Don't pay attention to interest rate math. Focus on the size. Pay the smallest one first. When it's gone, scream and celebrate. Then roll that payment into the next debt. It's like a snowball rolling downhill, getting bigger. People ask, but mathematically, I should pay the highest interest first. He says, if you were good at math, you wouldn't be in this mess. The problem is behavior. You need quick wins to feel hope and stay motivated. He gives many heartwarming stories of people paying off debt one by one, cutting up their credit cards, selling their cars, working 2 jobs. They cry happy tears when they finally scream, "We're debt-free," on his radio show. That moment creates goosebumps when you read it. It makes you believe that you can be free too. Baby step 3. Save 3 to 6 months of expenses as a full emergency fund. So now if you lose your job or some big crisis hits, you can survive without borrowing money. Dave says, when you have a fully funded emergency fund, you sleep like a baby. You start to walk differently. Your shoulders relax. Money problems don't make you a slave anymore. This step gives you true peace. Now we move to baby step 4. Invest 15% of your household income into retirement or mutual funds. Dave believes you should not wait forever to start investing. Once you are debt-free and have emergency fund, you start building wealth so you never go back to that old nightmare. Dave tells stories of people who began to invest consistently, and after years they became millionaires with calm and steady investing discipline. He warns not to chase risky get-rich-quick schemes. Just be steady and disciplined. Baby step 5. Save for your children's education so they don't have to drown in student loans like many young people today. He says don't put your retirement at risk for your kids' college. First secure your own future, then help them. This step teaches responsibility and care for next generation. Baby step 6. Pay off your house early. Imagine owning your home fully. No bank, no EMI, no landlord. Full freedom. Dave tells stories of people who screamed in joy after paying off their home mortgage in 7 or 10 years instead of 30 years. This is real freedom, real power. Finally, baby step 7. Build wealth and give generously. This is the final emotional peak of the book. Dave says that money is only good if it helps you and helps others. The goal is not to be rich with ego, but to live and give with joy. He talks about giving to charities, helping family, being a blessing in other people's lives. The final step is not just financial freedom, but spiritual freedom. You become a wise and kind steward of wealth. Throughout the book, the best parts are the raw honesty and tough love. Dave tells you to stop using credit cards completely. Cut them up. People are shocked, but then they realize how free they feel when they stop using debt. Dave also attacks the idea of buying brand new cars on EMI. He says rich people buy used cars and invest the difference. He says, your car is going down in value the moment you drive it. So why are you going into debt for something that is falling in value? He tells you to stop trying to impress people with things you can't afford. That line is powerful. We spend money we don't have to buy things we don't need to impress people we don't even like. This line hits hard because it's true for many of us. He keeps repeating that wealth is not about income. It's about behavior, discipline, patience. Dave also busts the myth that you need a credit score. He says, credit score is just a measure of how well you manage debt. If you live debt-free, you don't need a credit score. Instead of focusing on score, focus on net worth, on real assets, on cash flow. This kind of thinking is different from what most people think, and that's why this book is life-changing. One of the most emotional moments in the book is when a family finally becomes debt-free and they scream, "Freedom!" on Dave's show. The man cries and says, "I can finally look my wife in the eye. We have peace in our marriage now." That is not just money transformation, it is life transformation. Dave uses many stories like that to touch your heart. The book is full of motivation and practical steps. It was written in a simple language so anyone can understand. That's why it became so popular in America and around the world. Millions of people paid off billions of dollars in debt by following this plan. Even people with normal salaries, simple jobs. Because this plan doesn't require big money, it requires big discipline. That's the beauty. Everybody can do it if they commit. Now let's talk about what is best in this book. The best part is the focus on behavior. The book doesn't give you a magic formula, but teaches you to control your habits. It shows that money problems are not external, they are internal. And it gives a clear, step-by-step plan with no confusion. It mixes tough love with hope. You feel like someone is holding your hand and also punching you to wake up. The stories of real families make it believable. The emotional energy makes you want to take action immediately. Finally, let us come to how we can apply this in real life, practically. If you truly want to change your money life, you start with baby step 1. Save Rs 10,000 or Rs 20,000 as emergency fund. But you don't wait. You sell something, you work extra, you cut unnecessary spending. Then list all your debts, credit card, personal loan, bike loan. Pay the smallest one fully, even if it's just Rs 3,000. You gain confidence. Then move to the next. You stop using credit cards. You start living with cash or debit card. This feels strange in the beginning, but slowly it becomes powerful. After getting debt-free, you build 3 to 6 months of expenses saved in bank FD or liquid fund. Then you invest at least 15% of your income in CP mutual funds or retirement plan. Slowly, step by step, you change your family's life. One day you can buy a small home and pay it off early. You can have true peace of mind. You can help others. The practical application is simple. Follow the steps in order. Do not jump. Do not look for shortcuts. You need patience, discipline, sacrifice, and belief. This book's plan works only if you are fully committed, not half-hearted. You have to change your habits. Stop buying expensive phone on EMI. Stop eating out 5 times a week. Start saying no to things that waste money. Build a future where you don't wake up every morning worrying about money. Sleep with calm. Walk with dignity. When emergencies come, you handle them with strength, not with panic. And finally, once you are financially free, give back. Help someone in need. Give education to a child. Support your parents. Because real wealth is not just bank balance, real wealth is the ability to live freely and help others live freely too. That is the final beautiful message of the book. Keep growing smarter with Wealth Wisdom Reads. Subscribe now. See you in the next summary.